This is April Garwood from Banana Moon Studio. Today I'm working on a series of videos about very basic crochet skills. In this video I'll be showing you how to make a single crochet stitch. It's going to be the smallest of the crochet stitches that we use regularly, and it's one of the most basic. So I hope that you will join me as I turn the camera around and show you how this is done. In the last video in this series, it was actually the first video in this series, but the one before this, I showed you how to make a crochet chain. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a single crochet stitch. So, we will begin by taking a look at this chain. I have this loop on my hook. It is not a chain because it's still on my hook. This right here is the first chain that is off of my hook. This is the next one right here. I like to suggest that people look at their crochet chain this way, and you can see how it looks a little bit like a row of V's that are stacked on top of each other. Each of those V's is a chain. So if that helps you to think of it that way, you can see a V here, that's a chain, one there. There is a strand coming down through the middle of the V, that's true, but you can see the two sides of it. Alright, so that's how you can recognize your chains. The second one is here. I'm going to skip the first one and stitch into the second one. That's because the first chain is going to act like a ladder, and it's going to come up the side of the stitch that I'm about to make. Technically, to be correct, in order to work into this chain, you'll go under this strand and this one. But that can be a little bit challenging to do when you're just learning. So it is okay with me if you want to go under just this one, or just this one, or even flip this chain over and go under this one. You can do it any way that you'd like. But later, when you're a more advanced crocheter and it's more comfortable for you to work into chains, I suggest either working under both of these or turning your chain over and working under these ridges that are going down the back of the chains. Alright, so for this video I am going to show you working under both of these loops, but it's okay if you're only going under one of them. So I will go under both of them, and then my yarn always travels in this direction around my crochet hook. So even though it's coming off the side over here, it's going to just go across the front of my hook, and I will pull it through the chain, and then I will wrap the yarn around my hook, and I will let go here, still holding here, and slide and turn the hook as it goes through both of these loops. Alright, and then as you're looking at this, trying to figure out where you're supposed to put your hook next, there's kind of a big hole right here. That's the chain that I just worked into, so I'm not going to put my hook back in there. I'm going to find this next chain, which is here, and go under both sides of it. The yarn will come across the front of my hook, and I will slide and turn as I pull it through, slide it back out, wrap the yarn around my hook, slide and turn to pull it through both of these loops. Again, this big open hole right here, that's where I just worked. My next chain is right here. I will go under both the front and back loops of it. Yarn crosses the front of my hook, slide and turn around excuse me, around the hook, and slide and turn. I'm going to do several more of these across my chain, and I'll work slowly so you can watch and follow along. The last one, you can see right here the knot that I made at the beginning. My last chain is right before that. When I get to the end of this first row, which I have now done, if I'm just working in basic single crochet stitches, I will chain one and then turn this so that it's ready for me to work back across. Now, if I turn this and look at it this way, you can see again that column of stacked V's, just like we had when we were working into the chain. Those are the tops of my stitches. I'm going to go under both sides of the V and make a single crochet stitch in the top of this stitch. And then the next one is right here. It's also a little bit easier to find where it goes because there's a little valley where each of my stitches are now going to go. So I'm going to go right here under both sides of that V, pull through the stitch, wrap my yarn, and pull through both of those loops. I'm going to look for that next little valley, and it's here. To get some more yarn off of my skein over here. I guess one of my neighbors has decided to mow their lawn. Sorry about that. At least it's not the next door neighbor. One tricky thing for new crocheters can always be deciding where the last stitch should go in each row. So take a look at how this looks. My last one is going to go right here. You can see there's like two little legs at the bottom of each of the stitches from the previous row. And then the top of each of those stitches is this horizontal bar that's kind of up and to the left of those two little legs. And then you can see right here, that's the bottom of, well actually that's the chain I made that was going up the side. Alright, so the last place to put one is right here. And then to continue working in single crochet stitch, you're going to repeat what we just did. One chain to go up the side, turn it, and then you begin working across in this direction. And you repeat that over and over again, and you'll be able to make something with length. You could continue working this way, and if your piece were wide enough, you could make a scarf, you could make a dishcloth. Anything that's going to be square or rectangular could be made this way. I hope this was helpful to you as you're beginning to learn how to crochet. I hope that if you are excited about crocheting, you will go visit my blog, which is bananamoonstudio.com. There you can find a lot of free patterns and helpful tutorials. Also, if you will subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll find that you'll be notified every time I put out a new how-to video on my channel. And if you'll please like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave comments about what you're wanting to learn or your stories about learning or why you're inspired to crochet. And please share these videos with your friends who are wanting to learn how to crochet. Thank you. I hope you have a lovely day.